Hello, witches and potential witches. We have another list of books to go through. It's been a couple months since we've done this. I have bought a bunch of books, as I do. So, let's get into it. Just before we get started, a little note. I haven't had videos for a bit for two reasons. One is that I am doing my Oracle deck videos and my Tarot deck videos a little different. I do like a flip through and then I work with the deck for a little bit and then go back and do my impressions. So I do have a few decks that I've been working with the last few weeks that will be coming out within the month. They'll probably be a video once a week for a while of just Oracle decks specifically. I've gotten quite a few Oracle decks recently. The other reason I haven't had as many videos out is because I found it really hard to juggle streaming on Twitch and doing YouTube videos. If you don't know, I have been streaming on Twitch for about 5 years. I mostly stream Animal Crossing with dabbling in some other stuff. I don't have the time or energy, but mostly the time, to work on both, to put as much effort and time into YouTube as I would like to do with my streaming schedule and my full-time job. And as of this month, I decided to take an indefinite hiatus from stream so that I can focus on YouTube, because right now I am really passionate about the YouTube content that I'm making and wanting to explore this further. So going forward, YouTube videos will be much more consistent, and I am excited for what I've got planned. If you are not familiar with my gaming content, I have 2 YouTube channels where I do gaming. The first one is an Animal Crossing specific channel because that is my main squeeze, and I've streamed it for 5 years, and I'm still as hyped as ever about New Horizons, as it came out about a year ago now, and I still love it. My other channel is just a variety gaming channel. It's brand new. It's going to have a lot of other sim games that I really enjoy, like a modded Stardew Valley, Pumpkin Days, which I really enjoyed, and stuff like that. But then there's also going to be story games, which I don't really get to do in my stream because that's just not my brand for that. So those links are down below if you would like to check those out. Now, as for the books, this was actually supposed to be an unboxing video of the March books from the Witches Book Club, but unfortunately, I unboxed them yesterday while I was recording, but that video was not usable. I went to edit it and it was just couldn't do anything with it. It was very out of focus and a couple other things. So I have already seen the books, but we're gonna go through my first impressions regardless. They're just not gonna be a surprise. But before we get started on that, I have so many books that I've bought. So many. So I thought we would go through them and talk about a bunch. First on the list, we have Outside the Charmed Circle by Misha Magdalene. It's exploring gender and sexuality in magical practice. Now, disclaimer, I did buy this over the summer, but I just started reading it this past month, and I love it. If you, like me, are frustrated with, like, the binary heterosexuality of, like, traditional witchcraft, like, for example, the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck, right? The Lover's card is a man and a woman, stuff like that. Like, there's so much binary representation built into traditional witchcraft, I suppose. Historical witchcraft, maybe that's the right term for it, better term for it. This is a good start to getting you on your queering your practice. The first chapter really resonated with me, and I was like, yes. But it does go into gender identity and sexuality, and I am a cisgender woman, so although I try to keep up to date with, like, trans people's outlooks and thoughts and experiences and stuff, I'm still a cisgender woman, and I don't know everything about those experiences and their thoughts on those. So that stuff has been really good to read in this book. I'm really enjoying it, and can't wait to read more books about queering your craft So I definitely recommend checking this out. There are journaling activities to do within the chapters. There are journaling activities that say, like, take 5 minutes, and I take 45 because I like to say a lot. So that's been pretty funny to be like, yeah, 5 minutes, sure. Outside the Charm Circle by Misha Magdalene. Really recommend it. The next 2 books are from the Witches book box last month, which I didn't get to edit a video for. I did record a video, but I didn't edit it, which I was really excited. I'm really excited about these books. So the first one is Sacred Smoke by Amy Blackthorne, which is a very recognizable name, right? So Sacred Smoke, it's all about using different herbs for cleansing, and even some stuff that's not herbs. I love the concept of this just because there's issues with sage. There's so many issues with sage, with white sage, and everyone's just like, white sage and Palo Santo. Not everyone, but like, it's pretty common. There's so many other things to cleanse with, and like sage, and like any sage is like a good general cleanser, but sometimes there's something more specific that would do a better job for what you're looking to cleanse, right? What type of energy you're looking to cleanse. So there's stuff in here for that. There's also a little section on ethical consumption and all that. I was really excited to see that, and this is a good book if you're looking for alternatives, if you're looking to point people to alternatives, because that's a conversation I have often, especially like on Twitter. I'm just like, yeah, there's better out there. Check them out. So this is a good reference for that. The other book that came in last month's book box is Life Ritualized by Phoenix LaFay and Guion Raven, A Witch's Guide to Honoring Life's Important Moments. I'm so excited about this book. I've read a little bit of it, but it's a lot of like, read this when you're at this point in your life. So I haven't like sat down and read it, right? It's more a reference thing than a sit down and read. But there's like rituals for graduation, for your marriage, for getting a job. There's so much in here, and like life's important moments, as it says, that a lot of them we don't really spend time celebrating the rituals of, right? Like, we celebrate the marriage and we celebrate death. Well, the life of someone after they've passed. But there's so much more in our lives that we should celebrate. And I am really excited for this. Not that I've had any time to use it in the past year, because nothing has changed in my life, because I've just been stuck inside reading books. But, you know, when things start to pick up in the world again, I'm excited for that. The next book I picked up, which I love this book. It's Tarot for Self-Care. How to Use Tarot to Manifest Your Best Self. It's from Minerva Siegel. I love this book. I love 78 Degrees of Wisdom. It is a fantastic resource, but it's really, really dense about like pretty much every card, right? But it's a great resource. It goes into the history of tarot. It goes into numerology of tarot. I love it, but it's not a quick reference. This is a quick reference. Every card just has it has a little interpretation for upright and a little interpretation for reversed, which is great because I'm terrible at reversals. I'm learning, but I'm kind of terrible at them. And then, because it says it's tarot for self-care, the little interpretations are not self-care oriented. They're just like the general interpretations that you would find on most guides. But then it has a little section for self-care. And I really love that this just has that bit. Like, if you pulled this card and if you feel like you need self-care, you need something, this book has got you covered. Especially like when I'm doing readings for some people and they pull like a lot of difficult cards, like they're really facing a lot of like hardships or mental blockages. This book is really helpful for that. I've really enjoyed using this as a resource. and just like another perspective, you know? So this was a recent acquisition, as in I literally got it yesterday, but it's called Astrology for Yourself. I have the only astrology book you'll ever need. Again, another dense book like 78 Degrees of Wisdom, but this is specifically for interpreting your birth chart, your specific birth chart. You get your birth chart written up, and then you put it in here and work through it. It's very much a workbook kind of book. Again, not a sit down and read book. It's a workbook. It's really like personalized to you doing your own chart. I just got it yesterday. I haven't had time to start it, but this came really recommended by quite a few people in Offbeats, which is a community that I'm part of that has a really active witchy community. I'm really excited to start this. And then I got a Kitchen Witches Cookbook by Patricia Telesco. I don't cook. It's one of those things. I don't cook. I love the idea of cooking, but I have a lot of food related trauma, a lot of kitchen related trauma, cooking trauma, so I don't cook. But I want to get back into it, and I was like, what better way than to embrace witchcraft as the cooking, right? So again, this also just came in yesterday. I had a quick look through it, but nothing too deep. I haven't cooked anything from it yet. I was just like, let's incorporate my magical practice into cooking, and then that should motivate me more to cook. All the chapters are sorted by the type of recipe, like a traditional cookbook. They're not sorted by the type of magic that the recipes would invoke. So there's like a soup section and an appetizer section and a dessert section. There's also an alcoholic beverages section. At the very least, I will get use out of that section. But it's a pretty comprehensive cookbook. There's a lot of recipes in here. It's 350 pages of recipes, and this looks like it's gonna be really great. Again, I haven't cooked anything from it because I just got it yesterday. I guess I'll have to go shopping, which don't really like. Again, I have a lot of food trauma that I'm working through, right? But I'm hoping this will help me. The next and last two books are from this month's Witches book box, and I'm really excited about them. They're about chaos magic. So here's Hands-on Chaos Magic, Reality Manipulation Through the Ovayaki Current by Andrea Vitamis. And we have the Chaos Protocols, Magical Techniques for Navigating the New Economic Reality by Gordon White. I'm so excited to get into these and explore them. I have not done a single thing with chaos magic whatsoever, and it's very, very foreign to me. This one's all about like navigating the world with, you know, as a millennial and having gotten screwed over with recession after recession, and now during a pandemic, right? And another economic crisis. So this is very relevant. The back of the book says, the years since the financial crash have seen the realization dawn that the great promise of modern civilization will go unfulfilled. Study hard, work hard, buy a house, retire happy. It's all a lie, spun for the benefit of a tiny elite, especially in this generation. The richest 85 people on Earth have as much wealth as the poorest 3.5 billion. Each month, the numbers change, but they never improve. Magical and spiritual discourse has failed to keep up with this new reality. The Chaos Protocols aims to fix that. I'm really looking forward to reading this. Hands-on Chaos Magic is this irreverent guide to chaos magic emphasizes experimentation and finding out what works best for you. Andrea Vitamis presents a revolutionary hands-on course of study for the average Jane or Joe. Vitamis banishes the severe tone of other esoteric orders, offering an accessible and practical approach that makes it easier to perform successful chaos magic that is uniquely your own. This is going to be interesting to read. I'm so excited. One of the things that I really liked about this book is in the table of contents, there's the chapters, right? There's the chapters. But then, also in the table of contents, there's different exercises relating to the chapters, which I've never seen like the specific exercises like numbered, the pages numbered in the table of contents. This will be really great. Like if you read something and then down the line, you're like, oh, this is relevant now. Let's go back. I'm really excited for that. Like, why don't more books do this? Maybe more books do this, but none of the books I have do this. So I'm really, really excited for that. So Chaos Magic was not where I thought this month's book box would go, but I'm really excited about it because it's just like completely different direction. One might say is chaos, but a completely different direction, and I'm excited for them. Something brand new for me, and I'm looking forward to exploring it. So many books. I cannot overstate how much I love tarot for self-care. I love it. I'm buried in books at this point, and I could not be happier. So those are the books I've gotten in the last few months, and I will hopefully be doing a review by the end of the month on this one, like an actual full review. I'm about halfway through it, so that all depends on how quickly I read the second half. So we'll see when that actually happens, but it'll be in the future. As another note, I mentioned earlier in the video that I'm part of a community called Offbeats. I am a witchy guide for Offbeats. I am there to help you with questions if you have questions. If I don't know the answer, I can direct you to someone who does usually. I'm going to be running a book group through there, which is going to be exciting because obviously I love books. In addition, we do tarot nights in the Discord. That's very beginner friendly and helpful and just learning. And we do Tarot Tuesdays on the Twitch channel. I will be hosting the first official Tarot Tuesday stream next Tuesday, March 9th, and I'm really excited for it, and I hope to see you there. So the Offbeats information is down below in the description, as well as affiliate links for all these books. If you would like to buy them and help support the channel a little, I would appreciate it. But overall, all my relevant links are down in the description below, and I will see you next time for another video. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz, and I will catch you later. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.